How's it going, guys? Welcome to day 4 of the Teachable Summit. I'm so excited to have you all here. I feel like, just reading the names and chatting with friends. I'm super excited to welcome Melyssa. Melyssa, it's great to have you here for day 4.
Thank you, Encore. I'm so excited to be here. I've watched a few of the presentations so far. I've caught pieces here and there, and it's just been a phenomenal summit. So I'm honored to be a part of this summit and super excited to chat with you guys.
Nice. What's been your favorite presentation so far? Clearly it was mine, right? The first one?
My favorite presentation,
Actually,
so
probably
Mariah
Mariah.
is one of my good
Yeah.
friends. She's kind of a genius, so
Yeah.
I really enjoyed her presentation. I think it
Yeah.
was 2 days ago about
Yeah.
webinars, so I
Nice.
really liked that one.
Nice. Guys, I'd love if you all kind of typed into chat so far how many people here are here for the first time? How many people have been here for every single one of these? It's amazing seeing the number of people that have come for every single event. It's pretty cool. Um, so no
Yeah,
pressure, it's no pressure to maintain that trend.
yes.
Awesome. Where do you live, Melissa? So you're tuning in from LA or?
Yes, I live in LA right now. I've lived all up and down the coast in California.
Nice.
I actually started my business when I lived in Japan, but I'll tell you guys more about that when we get into the presentation. But
Nice.
I love it.
I miss California, especially this time of the year. Like,
I bet it's cold. You're in New York,
yeah,
right?
this is New York is getting completely shitty.
Yeah.
All right, wow, a lot of people are here for the first time. Um,
Yay!
and you have Erica printing out Melissa's giveaway in the chat. You have some very, all right,
Oh,
please
thank you
watch all
guys.
of them. Wow, yeah.
Awesome. Oh, yay, Tiffany. Tiffany is my community manager. She's amazing. She is here too.
So she's just working right now. Awesome. Hi from New Zealand. Wow, that's I'm impressed by all
Brazil.
the people who stay up late at night or early in the morning.
I
Uh,
know.
Vanessa, Frank, Michaela, welcome guys.
Very cool.
This is gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm seeing some familiar names too. I know you
Yeah.
guys.
Karen, awesome. Yeah, it is nicer in New York today, as Sopreneur points out.
Is it?
But
I've been wanting to go to New York, so I was thinking maybe November next year because I want to
next,
be there for like holiday
uh,
time.
yeah, but I feel like spring in New York is where it's at.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. So part of the summit is all about everyone's talking. Everyone in chat says we should do something in person. So our goal for next year is to do an in-person summit, which will probably be more fun and less talks, and like another online summit.
Yeah.
The Mariah wants to come to New York too and do a joint meetup, which
Oh,
should be a
that would
lot of
be
fun.
awesome.
But awesome. Cool. Yeah, so many familiar faces. We'll probably get started in, I want to say, a couple of minutes. I think that's
Sounds
while,
good.
yeah. While we get started, by the way, Mariah showed me your blog post where you said really nice things about us. That was super cool. Sent it around to the
Yeah.
entire team.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I love Teachable. I
Yeah,
talk about it to anybody who's like, what course platform should I use?
yeah,
Because I've used three. I tried three different ones out, Teachable being the last one. And it's just so easy to use, and my students love it too because it looks pretty and there's no like glitches or I don't know. It's just awesome.
yeah.
I love
I
it.
mean, yeah. Our goal was just like to not have to make people not worry about technology because
Yeah.
technology can be incredibly frustrating sometimes. Like people saying no audio or video. Quick housekeeping items, guys. At the bottom right of the video, you can choose settings and change the video quality because when we get into slides, it'll help a lot just to see the slides a little bit better. Um, because this comes up every single time, this webinar not is built using custom technology. It's not kind of an off-the-shelf platform. We have Jackson in chat here who actually built this from scratch, though we are using Hangouts for streaming. Cool. All right. Robin says, see you in New York, Melissa. Really?
Yay. Yeah, I will see you guys in New York hopefully next year. I've been really dying to go there. I love
Yeah.
seeing where you guys are all from, by the way. I see people from, oh, you used to live in Sweden. Okay, very
Yeah.
cool. Canada, yeah, Bulgaria. So awesome. I love that.
It's amazing seeing like just almost the interactions in chat because sometimes in the middle of the webinar, people are like finding clients, people are finding customers, people are signing up other people for webinars. Um, But yeah, John says I've never touched Pinterest, and that's why I'm personally also very interested, because we don't use Pinterest at all in our own marketing. And one of our designers, Allison, who's probably watching this, is totally one of your biggest fangirls.
Aw.
So she's been pushing us that we should be doing more on Pinterest.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
personally
excited.
yeah.
I feel the same way. Like, I feel like there's a lot of business owners, course teachers, people who don't utilize Pinterest but should be, because it's just such a fantastic tool, and it doesn't eat up a ton of your time like a lot of other marketing tools out there do. So
Yeah.
I feel like everyone today is going to get a lot out of this presentation.
Yeah. No, Allison is like you're her favorite person in the entire like summit lineup. Like so she's spending more time on your graphics, more time on your stuff.
Aw, thank you, Allison.
Yeah, awesome.
Hard to you.
Okay, cool. I think people are still gonna come in, but just to be respectful of time, I feel like we should just get started. And I'll
Sounds
just
good.
hand it over to you and make you the presenter. And all right, guys,
Sounds
Melissa,
good.
take it away.
All right, are you guys ready? I am very excited to be diving into this training with you. Okay, let me just share my screen.
Green.
My screen. Okay, here we go. So in this presentation, I'm going to be showing you how to increase your income and your traffic with Pinterest. Pinterest is an incredible marketing tool. If you haven't used it for your business or your courses or anything just yet, I'm going to show you several different actionable things that you can do to market your courses, your products, all that good stuff with Pinterest. Okay, so let's dive right in. First, I want to tell you a little bit about myself because I know there's some new people here that might not know who I am or who Monja is, in case you happen to like adorable corgis. So Monja is my dog. He is quite popular with my audience. This is a picture of him as a puppy disguised as a jaguar. Just had to pop him in there because I know people love him. But I'm going to be presenting today. My name is Melyssa. I run a website called The Nectar Collective, where I help bloggers and online business owners grow their community, their tribe, and their income. So I have been watching these Teachable Summit webinars and just so blown away by how awesome these presentations are. So very excited to be teaching you guys today. And I want to tell you a little bit about kind of my background. So what do I do? So on the left here is my website, The Nectar Collective. So I run a website called The Nectar Collective that I told you about. It is a blog that I write on at least weekly, and I also offer things like courses. Now, when I started The Nectar Collective, I started it when I lived in Japan about almost 3 years ago now. So I started it in Japan while I was an English teacher, and at that time I wasn't really happy with my job. I wanted to do something that felt more me, gave me more freedom, and let me kind of access those passions that I had with creativity and teaching and just exploring this world of blogging out there. So I launched the Nectar Collective, turned it into several different businesses, like a service-based web design business, and now what I'm doing, which is selling courses and workshops to my audience. On the right-hand side is Pinfinite Growth. So this is my actual e-course where I teach people all about my Pinterest marketing strategies to help them grow their blog and their income. So I'm going to be taking some lessons from that course and also some things that aren't featured in Pinfinite Growth to share with you guys today. All right, so let's dive into it. So my personal success on Pinterest, and this is just to show you guys what is possible for your Pinterest, for your blog, for your e-courses and all that kind of stuff. So I doubled my traffic in less than 3 months. So this is my website blog traffic. I now every month gain more than 1,000 new email subscribers directly from Pinterest. So those are people coming just from Pinterest, signing up for my email list. And I also consistently see sales that begin with Pinterest. So they are people who find me on Pinterest, come to my blog or my course website, and end up purchasing my courses. So I want to show you a few stats right before we get into the training. So between May and June, if you look at this chart, this is from MailChimp. I used to use MailChimp as my email service provider. And this is a little chart of my growth, my email list growth over the months. So you can see from December 2014 and even beyond that in the past, so December 2014 to about April, my email list was very stagnant. I wasn't gaining new subscribers, I wasn't really marketing my email list, and it wasn't growing. So it was about 2,000 subscribers for a year or so. And then right around May, so you can see here in May, between May and June, I grew by almost 2,000 subscribers on my email list. And from there, I've been growing at a rate of at least about 2,000 per month. So I recently switched away from MailChimp, which is why this graph ends in September 2015. But now my current number of subscribers is about 19,000. I took that number off of my email service provider ConvertKit, took that number last night, so this is totally updated. So if we take these numbers, I started April 2015 with about 3,000 subscribers, and this again was when I started implementing these Pinterest strategies that I'm going to share with you today. And now I have almost 19,000 subscribers. So if we're doing the math here, that's about 7 months, and I've grown my email list by about 16,000 people in that time, which is kind of unheard of. That's a really short amount of time to grow so many subscribers, which you guys, I'm sure you know that already. I don't need to tell you, but I just want to show you what is possible if you use Pinterest strategically. Now here's another little metric that we can measure. So the top graph, remember April was kind of my turning point when I started growing my email subscribers. Now if we look at this graph, this is my website traffic. In April 2015, I started with about 100,000 page views, 50,000 unique visitors, and then 3 months later in July, my traffic doubled to over 200,000 monthly page views and almost 90,000 monthly unique visitors. And my traffic and my email subscribers are constantly growing every single day. And this is all done by using Pinterest strategically. So if you guys weren't sure if Pinterest is a good way to grow your traffic, your income, your email list, then it absolutely is. Now, what has this meant for my e-course sales? So I know a lot of you are course creators or you sell digital products. So since launching my first course 3 months ago, it's actually my second course. I launched a course in my very first year of blogging about 2 years ago, but I really started to get into the course creation game about 3 months ago, and since then I've earned about $75,000. So that's just from creating e-courses and selling them. I totally changed the direction of my career. I was doing a service-based web design business, but because of the Pinterest marketing strategies that I'm going to show you today, I was able to very seamlessly transition to this new career and start earning like 4 or 5 times as much as I was in my previous job. And the cool thing about Pinterest is that it takes me like 30 minutes per week. So it's not something that I'm spending a lot of time on every day. It really runs itself once you really get into the groove of Pinterest. Okay, so here's the problem with how most people try to grow their business. So they focus on a ton of different things. They focus on their email list, their website traffic. So we're focusing now on our website traffic and our email list. So we have 2 things on top of everything else you have to do for your business. And they also focus on growing their number of sales. So now we've got number of sales, website traffic, email list, on top of everything else like creating content and social media and all that kind of stuff. So these are kind of the 3 metrics that people really seem to focus on when growing their business. So when we add them all up, we add email list, number of sales, website traffic, it feels a little bit impossible, right? It's so many different things that you're trying to focus on at one time that it's impossible, and it's a little bit overwhelming too. So there's just too much to focus on, right? If you're trying to take all of these different things at once. So here's the solution. So what if you could double just one of your metrics? So instead of focusing on email list, website traffic, number of sales, what if you could focus on just one? And if just focusing on that one metric meant that it would double all of your other metrics too. So what is that kind of secret sauce metric? Which one is the magic metric, if you will? Your website traffic. So Pinterest is an enormous tool, an amazing tool to grow your website traffic and use that traffic in a strategic way where you're able to grow your email list and your number of sales. So let's get into the training today. I'm going to show you how to do that. Now first, you're probably here today for a few different reasons. So maybe you want to get more students and customers for your courses and digital products, or even maybe your service-based business. Maybe you're here today because you've heard that Pinterest is a crazy awesome marketing resource, but you haven't had that much luck with it. So you've been using it, but you just don't really know how to get good results from it. Maybe you're ready to up-level your marketing efforts and start making bank online. So you really want to start making more money. You know it's possible, plenty of people do it, but you don't know quite how just yet. Or perhaps you are just freaking busy, like most of us out there, and you want to learn some time-saving strategies that are going to result in huge growth. So why bother with Pinterest? Why does it matter? Why is it important? Let me just share a few stats with you. So Pinterest has the highest average order value of all social media sites. So people who use Pinterest spend more money through Pinterest than they do on, say, Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. So Pinterest has the highest average order value. Pinterest is the #2 source of traffic to Shopify stores. So people who sell things on Shopify, it's the #2 source of traffic. So imagine if you could make it the #2 source of traffic to your course website or to your digital products. It's really underused in the digital product scene, which makes it such a valuable resource if you get in kind of on the ground floor. The male audience on Pinterest has doubled between 2013 and 2014, and it's constantly increasing. So I know that there are some men in the audience today who might be like, I don't know if Pinterest is going to work for me. I don't know if my people are on Pinterest, but the male audience is increasing rapidly. And also many infopreneurs, so people who create courses, ebooks, digital products, have not really started using it for marketing. So it's making it an insanely powerful tool for the people who do use it. Because imagine if you try to jump on Twitter or Facebook. I mean, everyone's on there, right? But if you jump on Pinterest and share your strategies, then you are jumping in where it's not as competitive. So you have the advantage. And also the average pin is repinned 11 times, meaning that your content gets in front of at least 11 other people's audiences. So not just at least in front of 11 other people, but at least in front of 11 other people's audiences. So depending on how big their audience is, you could be getting that one pin that you pinned that one time in front of hundreds or thousands of people with like 2 seconds of work. So let's do this. Let's get started with the actual training. I've got 5 actionable tips to give to you today that you can literally start doing today. So type yes into the chat box if you are pumped to get started on today's epic training. And I'm actually going to take a look at the chat box. I want to see you guys excited about this because I know that it's really going to change the game for you all.
Also acceptable to type in hell yeah.
Yes, please type in hell yes if you would like.
All right,
yes, I love this.
I
love it. There we go, yes. Oh, everyone's so excited. Awesome.
And everyone, people trying to scroll and read stuff on top are pissed now because their screen is scrolling all the way down.
Sorry. So sorry, guys. Oh my gosh, we have so many people who are excited about this. All right, well, what do you say we just start diving right in?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it. Okay.
Yeah.
So step 1, it all starts with your Pinterest profile. So this is not rocket science here, guys. These tips for Pinterest are things that are easy to do, but people just aren't doing them. So it starts with your profile. Now, the perfect profile, you need to find and attract your people in order for today's strategies to work. So you can't just do these strategies that I'm going to show you if you're kind of all over the place, or you're not marketing yourself in a certain way, right? Or your audience, when they find you, they're like, I don't know what this person's all about. So you need to find and attract your people for today's strategies to work. So it's all about creating a brand for your ideal customers so that they can look at you and be like, oh yeah, I know what she sells, or oh yeah, I know what I could expect if I go to her blog. So let me show you some examples here. Now, Holly's one of my students in my Pinfinite Growth course. She is just amazing. Now, if we take a look at her bio here, so number one, on her photo, she's got a nice, friendly photo. It matches her branding, too, with that kind of pinkish, purplish color on top. And if we look at her actual text of her bio, so she says, artist giving you tips and free instruction on how to be creative and live an awesome, artsy life. Get access to free, awesome content. So first she's telling you who she is. So she's an artist who gives you tips and free instruction. So that's what you know, what you can expect from Holly. And she teaches people how to be creative and live an awesome, artsy life. So we know that if we are somebody who is a creative, or you want to learn how to be more artistic in your life, then Holly is your girl. And the thing that I also love about her profile is that she says get access to free, awesome content, and she includes a link. And it's also a trackable link because she uses that kind of bit.ly link there. So she's using a call to action and a link in her profile. So before people even look at her boards, they know who she is, what she does, who she serves, and you've got a call to action so that you can actually take action and visit her website and probably sign up for her email list. Let's take another example. So this is Tiffany Ema. So if we take well, first, I love her profile photo. It matches her branding again. It's friendly. She's got a great smile. And then if we look at her actual bio here, we have learn how to exude confidence and build a powerful brand image. Free workshop, 10 ways to build a powerful brand image with your style, and she's got that bit.ly link. So again, she's telling people who she serves, so people who want to exude confidence or build a powerful brand image, and also what she does, so she teaches people how to do that. And then she's got her call to action again with that trackable link. So again, we don't want to waste that space in your profile. So when people visit your profile, we don't just want them to follow you, and we definitely don't want them to click away. We want them to see who you serve, what you do, and have a call to action to sign up for your email list. So again, if you need bullet points, if you need to see this written down, and I hope you guys are taking notes too, but your profile should include what you do or how you help people, make it super clear so there are no questions about what you do or how you help, who you serve, and a call to action to join your email list. This takes maybe 5 minutes. You could do this today. So this is not something that's going to take forever, but it's something that could have a big impact on people visiting your profile. Okay, so another piece of your profile is not just that written part at the top, but it's your boards. So people, when they come to your profile, they see all of your Pinterest boards, right? So again, we don't want to use Pinterest as if we are just a personal user where you have like a travel board, a candle board, a cute puppies board, right? We don't want to have all these random boards. We really want to cater it to our ideal audience, because your audience is not going to want to follow you if you're pinning about all these random things, right? So for example, Regina from buyregina.com has a great Pinterest board setup. So if you look at all of her boards, they all relate to her audience, who are people that want to grow their blog or their online business. So she's got for the infopreneurs, creative business tips, make money blogging, home offices, right? So she has a lot of different boards that are catered to her audience. And what I also love is that right here, her very first board is of her blog posts. So you want your very first board to be of just your blog posts, because we want people to immediately have that kind of library of your best content. So they see your blog post there, they're like, oh, I'll click that, see what this person is all about, and then they have a bunch of different posts that they can click through, read through, and really experience your entire brand. So make sure that with your boards, you're titling them so that they are searchable. So don't get too creative here so that it's like people have no idea what to search to find your board. So be very literal with your board titles, and also use boards only that are relevant to your ideal audience. Now here's another example from CaitlinBatcher.com. Caitlin is a social media strategist, and she has different boards that are related to people who would be interested in social media strategy. So she's got social media tips, business tips, blog tips, And again, number one is Caitlin Batcher's blog. So she's got that library of her best posts right there as the very first board. So to conclude with your boards, make sure you guys write this down, that your board should include your content in the first board. Remember how Caitlin and Regina both had that first board of just their content. It should be relevant and helpful to your ideal audience, so no more cute puppy boards. You can make them as secret boards if you want so that they're hidden from your audience, but make